I enjoy working here because of that leadership that we have from our superintendent.
Mhm.
We all know where we're all going and what we're all focused on. And I think that makes our jobs a lot easier because we don't have to try and figure out what we want to do or how we want to do things. We all are moving in that same direction. And I think once you have that environment, it makes it easier to move forward with projects, initiatives, budgeting, and things of that nature.
Definitely. Well, Henry, I really appreciate your time today. Hopefully we can do this again in the future and tackle some different challenges and new topics. I'm sure your day-to-day gives you a lot of new things to learn about and to see. So I'm sure you'll have some new insights for us the next time we speak.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Saeed. And yeah, I do enjoy this. And yeah, I look forward to our next conversation.
Okay, awesome. For anybody else listening, if there are questions that you had for Henry or myself, please feel free to reach out to me, sbgordon@dofcreations.com. If you had a question specifically for Henry, please feel free to reach out and I will forward that to Henry. And we'll make sure that, if there's something unique or specific that you're seeing, we can get a little bit more of that insight there. Henry, do you have any suggestions for superintendents as far as staying aware of what's going on in K-12? Is there any newsletter or affiliation or anything like that that you could suggest they reach out to?
As far as technology,
Yeah, and just staying aware of what's going on in technology for K-12. Is there a newsletter or anything like that that you use to kind of stay abreast of what's going on?
one of the things that I try to stay up on as far as, and most superintendents do this already, is the legislation that's going on at the state level.
Mhm.
That is very beneficial, knowing what bills are coming out, how they've been amended, and how that's going to impact each of our departments. That's one thing that's extremely important. As far as Florida, is that we make sure that whatever legislation's out there, we all sit back and talk about it and see how it's going to impact our environment financially and every way else. And then that way we can go that way. I know there's a lot of good conferences out there that CIOs go to. Most of the time, superintendents don't attend those, but I have to say I'm kind of at a loss as far as how a superintendent would stay up with technology unless they actually have that constant communication with the CIO and ask for these updates. I'm thinking right now is that superintendent could go up and say, okay, tell me the new technologies that are out there. Tell me the technologies that you think that are on the horizon that can affect education. Is this something that's going to work in our environment? Is this something that we can financially afford? So I would take it upon the superintendent to reach out to the CIO and really dive in and ask their opinion on what technology is out there and how it's going to help us succeed. I think that would go a long way.
Well, Henry, that's the answer. That's fantastic. And I appreciate that. And I think on that note, we're going to wrap it up. But Henry, again, I appreciate your time today. And this was really insightful.
Thank you. And I appreciate it.
All right.